Malaysia returns damaged vials of COVID-19 vaccine to Pfizer. Marine police seize contraband cigarettes worth 52 million ringgit near Pontiac. Welcome to Updates at Noon. I'm Brendan Lepore. 186 private medical practitioners have been given power under Section 10, Subsection 2 of the Emergency Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Amendment Ordinance 2021 to handle COVID-19 positive cases effective today. According to Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Adam Baber, all of them were authorized to issue surveillance and monitoring orders at home or COVID-19 quarantine and treatment centers. Now, this includes the power to instruct the wearing of quarantine wristbands. These private medical practitioners are allowed to handle COVID-19 positive cases at their workplaces, whether at clinics or private hospitals.
Kita memberi guideline kepada mereka perkara-perkara yang perlu untuk menangani COVID-19 dan mereka mendapat guideline itu daripada PKD daripada Pusat Kesihatan Pejabat Kesihatan Daerah masing-masing lah yang telah pun mereka rekodkan.
On the breakdown of the private medical practitioners who are involved, according to states, Selangor had the highest total with 66, followed by Kuala Lumpur with 43, Johor with 26, Pulau Pinang 16 and Negeri Sembilan 13. Melaka and Perlis have 4 each, Perak and Terengganu 3 each, Pahang, Kelantan and Sabah 2 each, while Kedah and Putrajaya have 1 each. Now, Malaysia has returned 585 damaged vials of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine to the manufacturer after they were deemed damaged when the vials were not stored at the proper temperature during the delivery process. Now, Coordinating Minister for the National COVID-19 Immunisation Programme, Khairi Jamaluddin, said the vaccine was required to be stored at a temperature of negative 70 degrees Celsius or colder. Khairi, who is also the Science, Technology and Innovation Minister, said on the way from Belgium to Malaysia, the storing temperature was found to have increased to a temperature not accepted by the Ministry of Health.
Kerana kita dapati bahawa dalam perjalanan daripada kilang Belgium ke Malaysia, suhu penyimpanan itu telah meningkat daripada minus 70 kepada suhu yang tidak diterima oleh pihak KKM, ya. Maknanya dia punya temperature rose dalam logistik itu. Tetapi kalau berbanding dengan 500,000 lebih dos yang kita telah pun terima, ini adalah bilangan yang kecil dan pihak Pfizer akan ganti dos tersebut ataupun vial tersebut.
He said the number of damaged vials was relatively small, adding that Pfizer would replace the vials that were sent back to them. Meanwhile, Khairi said individuals who have turned 17 this year could register for the COVID-19 vaccination through the MySejahtera app to receive the vaccine next year. In the third phase of vaccinations, he expects to achieve 150,000 vaccine recipients a day after a mega immunization center is set up. In the meantime, the country's priority is currently to inoculate the frontliners. A total of 5,036 foreign workers employed in the country have underwent COVID-19 screening on Tuesday. According to a statement by Defence Minister Datuk Seri Semasa, 88 of them were found positive for the virus. Cumulatively, the Human Resources Ministry informed that 598,790 foreign workers hired by 31,275 employers have been tested. From the amount, 9,500 workers were found COVID-19 positive, while the remaining 589,290 returned negative. To date, 1,517 clinics nationwide were involved in the screening program. As announced by the Human Resources Ministry, COVID-19 screening tests have been made compulsory for all foreign workers in the country beginning the 1st of February. Meanwhile, Dr. Sri Smasabri said 788 individuals entered the country yesterday, all of which have been quarantined at various quarantine stations nationwide. This brings the total number of people who have returned to Malaysia up to 141,077 since July 24th last year. The Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, have begun operations to prepare for the Ramadan Bazaar with several locations identified for the sites. However, Federal Territories Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said the ministry is still awaiting for permission and approval from the Malaysian Security Council, MKN.
Kita sudah buat perbincangan peringkat PBT kita, dan kita telah bawa juga perkara itu termasuk cadangan SOP kepada Jawatankuasa Kerja Keselamatan Wilayah Persekutuan ataupun CMC kita untuk kita angkat ke MKN. Kita perlukan keputusan muktamad daripada MKN.
Speaking to the media after attending the monthly ministry meeting in Putrajaya, Tan Sri Anwar also informed that the ministry is also considering to maintain the location of the Ramadan Bazaar at Jalan Tunku Abdul Rahman. 7,000 boxes of contraband cigarettes worth 52 million ringgit were successfully seized from a foreign cargo ship southwest of Pulau Kukup near Pontian. Now, this confiscation, which is the biggest cigarette bust in the country, was made by Tampoi Marine Police Force Region 2, PPM W2. Police noted the Mongolian registered ship had been sailing back and forth from Batam, Indonesia to Johor West Coast since last month and was distributing cigarettes to small local boats along the route at certain locations. According to Bukit Aman Internal Security and Public Order Division, KD Director Dato Sri Abdul Rahim Jaafar, arrested during the operation with 10 crew members of Myanmar nationality and a Singaporean technician.
Menarik begini Lepas pokok ni didalangi oleh sindiket yang besar. Dan sindiket ni bergerak di semua negeri. Tapi apabila kapal ni bawa pokok, dia akan drop lah di kawasan sindiket yang berkenaan. So dia akan, sindiket yang ini akan ambil pokok ni melalui bot-bot kecil. Tapi bila kita buat pemeriksaan lanjut pada kapal ni, ada banyak lagi kotak-kotak pokok yang tidak ada dalam manifest.
All the suspects aged between 22 and 60 years old were detained to facilitate investigations under Section 135, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Customs Act 1967. The MV Cheetah 2 type cargo ship worth 18 million ringgit was also seized. After the conclusion of his visit to Saudi Arabia, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin began his official visit to the United Arab Emirates, UAE, the second leg of his West Asian visit. He's scheduled to meet the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The arrival of the Premier, the presidential on collaboration in the post-COVID-19 pandemic recovery phase, food security, as well as strengthening cooperation in the oil and gas industry. Meanwhile, Tan Sri Muhyiddin said through his Facebook extended Isra Mi'raj greetings for the year 2021 or 1442 Hijri. He also urged all Muslims in this country to embrace the Isra Mi'raj event, although it has to be celebrated under the new norms. The Premier said Muslims in Malaysia would usually hold various events to celebrate Isra Mi'raj on 27th Rajab, such as religious talks and forums. However, the COVID-19 pandemic situation has called for moderate celebration. Nevertheless, the Prime Minister believes that Prophet Muhammad's great travels, which is full of miracles, can be appreciated by the entire Ummah, and hope that the Muslims will take the lessons behind the event to strive for good deeds and leave the negative attitudes behind. In our top story, Malaysia returns damaged vials of COVID-19 vaccine to Pfizer. Thank you so much for watching. Till then, I'm Brenda Paul. Stay tuned to TV2.